All right, so we are live. We are doing it live here at Woke Progressive. These lives are sometimes fun, sometimes they're not so fun. Sometimes they're very mid. There is a such thing as a very mid live stream. A mid live stream when it's not fun, it's not boring, but it's definitely not fun. Um, I think most of the live streams are kind of mid. Not horrible, but not great either. How's it going, Dorian, Dorian Carter. Um, but we're just gonna give people time to come in. We're gonna give people time to come in. I don't know if I'm great at this live streaming. Well, I guess I'm okay at it. I guess I'm somewhat okay at live streaming. I don't know. I like it. I like doing it. So I mean, I guess that should count for something. Um, what's been going on with you guys though? What's been going on in the world? There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Kamala Harris wants the black vote. She's never given a fuck about black men. That's one thing about this. You don't want to. I don't want to get banned again like I did last time. But it really takes me to talk about Kamala Harris. That really gets me going talking about that scammer bitch. She she's just clearly Indian. Clearly Indian. She's not black. I mean, yeah, she was one of those dark skinned Indians that's dark skinned enough to pass off as black when it's advantageous. And so that's what the fuck she's doing. And she does it in the cringiest of ways, doesn't she? Jesus. The collard greens in the bathtub. I know I say that shit all the time, but I'll never get over that shit. Collard greens in the bathtub. That's black to her. That's how you know you are dealing with a non-black bitch. Okay? Collard greens in the if I was dating a woman and I thought she was like a half breed or something, and she came out and said, she does collard greens in the bathtub. I'm like, okay, this bitch is not black. She might be half breed something, but she's not a half breed black. No, that's some Indian shit. Look up on YouTube. Go on Google right now and Google Indian street food. They do all kind of nasty shit like that. And I'm not disparaging the Indian community. Ding, 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 ding. I'm not disparaging the Shivas and the Pajits. I'm not disparaging those guys. I'm just saying that's some nasty Indian shit. It's not black. Now, black people were nasty in other ways, but not with the food. I mean, we're pretty hygienic when it comes to food. Like I've seen black women cook. I can say a lot of shit about black women, but I think black women are generally hygienic. Now, I did meet this one bitch from the projects, and she had a roach infestation at her house. And okay, this story is absolutely disgusting. I don't know if I should even tell this story. Fuck it, I'll tell it. And we're gonna get to Kamala Harris and why they hate Trump. We're gonna get to all that, but I want to tell you guys about this nasty project bitch. I don't. I struggle with whether or not I should just keep the channel in a political direction or whether I should veer off into my personal life, which is oftentimes chaotic. But the problem with that is when I talk about my personal life, it kind of takes away from the message because it's like, damn, nigga, how you doing all this shit in your personal life, but you talking shit about black people? I know it's like this thing I battle with in my head, but fuck it. We'll tell you the project bitch story, and then we'll get to some politics. All right. So I was talking about black women being clean. I was fucking with this bitch in the project once. And we got done having sex, and it was dark in her house. And she had roaches in the house. But I wanted some pussy so bad that I was like, you know what? I'll deal with a couple of roaches to get some pussy. And so we ended up having sex. I came somewhere. I don't remember where I came. And this is a disgusting detail. But anyway, it was dark in the house, and she gave me a towel to wipe up with, and she threw the towel on me. And when the towel landed on me, I just felt a bunch of shit crawl all over. Like she threw it on my chest, and I felt a bunch of shit crawling all over my chest. I said, "What the hell, bitch?" She said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Hell no. What the fuck was on that towel?" She said, "Wasn't nothing on the towel. That was a clean towel." I said, "Bitch, that wasn't no motherfucking clean towel. Shit is crawling on me. And it wasn't just one of them. It was a bunch of them, whatever the fuck it was. Don't you? I jumped up, put my clothes on, and got the fuck out of there. I never talked to that bitch again. And now that's some nasty motherfucking shit, boy. I don't know if them was roaches. I don't know if they were spiders, termites, or what. That shit fucked me up though. And you know, I ain't gonna say I'll never fuck with the project bitch again, because I don't know. Project bitches generally have some pretty good pussy. In my experience. I don't know about you guys. But yeah, I shouldn't talk. I want a wife. Okay, I would like to find a wife, but it's kind of hard nowadays. Kind of hard. All right. So now that we got all the vulgar shit out of the way, back to Kamala Harris. All right, nasty bitch. All right, nasty bitch, disgusting bitch. All right, nobody, no black person. She wants to connect with black people, and so she done collard greens, washing them in the bathtub. Yeah, that's her. That's her connection point. That's how she's gonna connect. Like an Indian scammer. Do you guys ever get phone calls from Indians? They're promising you shit. What they usually, they got the tax scams. They got YouTube videos about it. Oh, like the white boys fucking with the Indian scammers. But yeah, that's Kamala Harris, man. A lying Indian scammer. It's all in there, man. It's really. I mean, if you pay attention to Kamala Harris, it's pretty obvious she's fucking Indian. She lies like an Indian. Not disparaging the Indian community, because last time we got a community strike for this shit. You know, I don't want to do that again. Right, but she scams like an Indian. You know, the Indian scammers. We've all gotten those phone calls. That's not hate speech. That's truth. We've all got. So she scams like them. Nasty, nasty. Look, collard greens in the bathtub. Pretty nasty, if you ask me. All right. No hygiene. You look up the Indian street vendors. And so she's got that going for her. And she likes hot shit. She likes spicy food. You ever seen her on the campaign trail talking about spicy foods and shit? I mean, black people and even some white people, we like our food, you know, somewhat hot, but you know, not like Indians. You know, she likes it really hot. So at the end of the day, she's a scamming Indian bitch. That's what Kamala Harris is. Um, where was I going with that point? I was going somewhere great with that, but she's a scammer. So don't vote for her. That's where I'm going with it. Don't vote for her at the end of the day. Why would you vote for something like that? But they've been doing this push toward getting the black male vote, scamming you out of your vote. And I broached up on it a little yesterday, but the message really needs to get home to black men. I don't think there should be a single heterosexual black man that sits up and votes for Kamala Harris. There shouldn't be a single heterosexual black male that votes for Kamala Harris. The minute, and it needs to be a stigma. And I say not just Kamala Harris, because this doesn't just need to stick with Kamala Harris. This goes for every Democratic female politician, even Republican female, with every female politician. As a man, we will not vote for a fucking feminist. We will not vote for someone who advocates for my body, my choice. No, it's not. No. And this needs to extend past Kamala Harris, because I truly think Trump is going to win the election. And after Trump wins, guess what? They're going to sit like Free. You guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z? Like Frieza would sit for a few years and then come back even stronger than before. Yeah, we're probably gonna defeat the feminists in this election. All right. Now, I'm not patting myself on the back just yet, because you never fucking know with these elections. They get the scamming and shit, switching around votes, dead people get the vote and all that kind of shit. So you really never know what might happen. But I think we're going to beat them. I really think we're going to beat them. So we beat the feminists, this election. That's cool. That's cool. We should beat the feminists this election. But don't think them bitches giving up. No. Trump being the president, can you imagine all the crazy shit Trump is about to say? He got 4 years. He ain't got to run for re-election. He ain't got shit to prove to nobody. He can get in there and do what the fuck he want to do. The Supreme Court already said, look, man, we ain't going to prosecute you. The Supreme Court has already granted him presidential immunity on official acts. He has immunity on official acts. Trump finna be officially acting like a motherfucker, and I can't wait to see it. I hope Trump gets in there and just destroys the whole fucking system. I hope he blows that shit to shreds. He can't be prosecuted for it now. they're gonna try to fuck around and find a way to prosecute him anyway. They're gonna find a way to fuck with him. But I can't wait to see Trump do that. We need I think Trump is the hero we didn't realize we needed. He really is. And I'm not one of those, big Trump guys, crazy over Trump. That's not me. Trump definitely has his flaws. But who else? Who else with the same influence as Trump, that has as much money as Trump and is as boisterous as Trump? Who else could run for president and say, I'm not gonna play your stupid fucking games? Trump is able to say that. Trump says, I'm not going to play your silly fucking games. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna call the media out for being a bunch of hypocrites and a bunch of liars. I'm gonna do that. And I'm not gonna care what anybody thinks. I mean, most other politicians are beholden to the powers that be. Obama, you think Obama's going to do that? Please. Please. Even on the Republican side, do you think Ron DeSantis is going to do that? No, please. Ron DeSantis is beholden to the corporations, man. I mean, I like Ron. I like a lot of what he does. But look, Ron DeSantis, he has to fall in line. And even Trump falls in line in some ways. But Trump also keeps it real. And I like that. I like that. Okay, I like that. And that's really, that gets to the crux of the video. That's why they hate Trump. Trump is a man who cannot be controlled. Trump is a man. Think about all the sacrifices he's made. This man is a fucking billionaire, damn near 80 years old. If that was me, I'd be like, fuck America. I'd talk my shit on YouTube. But if I wouldn't be running for president. You're getting shot in the head and shit. Letitia James with her black ass looking like a fucking cartoon character. The attorney general out of New York, Letitia James. That I don't like the way that bitch talks. It's like it's like whenever she talks, she doesn't talk like a real person. She talks like she's on a TV show. If you look up Letitia James, look up the black bitch out of New York, the attorney general. She tried to now she's getting fucked up in the appeals process, but she's trying to take like $585 million from Trump over a deal where he paid the bank back. It's a crazy case. It's a crazy case. I guess we'll get into that a little bit later. But Letitia James, who's the cartoon character bitch, if you ever heard her talk, just listen to the bitch talk. She's like, we're going to get Trump and we're going to take all of his money. He will not destroy democracy while I am the attorney general. Who the fuck talks like that? Nobody talks like that, bitch. This bitch trying to get a TV show. She's using the legal system. This dirt. That's why I say, I'm not against black women. I love black women. But, we really got to really start vetting the kind of black women we putting in power. Because a lot of these bitches just want reality shows. That's a reality show wanting bitch Letitia James is. And she's using the legal system to go after Trump, trying to taking real money from Trump. All right, these are actual court cases. This ain't just like some kangaroo court where they make a ruling and you ain't got to abide to it. No, she's actually going after, using the criminal justice system to go after a man, take his wealth, take his money, so she can get her own fucking reality show for her own political ambitions. God, man, I hope when Trump gets back in office, he remembers all this shit. Now, I know back in 2016, Trump was saying, lock him up, lock her up. And he didn't lock Hillary Clinton up. He tried to take the high road, which I understand that Trump really is a good man. All right. He tried to take the high road. He said, I know I said I was going to lock the bitch up, but I ain't going to lock the bitch up for real. That's what Trump said. Hey, which is noble, Now that he sees when they have a chance, they really will try to lock him up. All right. Trump technically got arrested. All right. Remember the mugshot? How they were gloating. Oh, the orange man's going to be in jail. Remember how they were gloating? They were gloating. I hope Trump remembers all that shit when he gets back in office. And I think he is. And the Supreme Court already said, Clarence Thomas in the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas them said, look, man, we ain't, it's legal. You have immunity. If you were acting officially, if I was Trump, if I was Trump, I would get in office and start officially acting like a motherfucker, boy. I would lock Letitia James' black ass up. What's that big fat nigga in New York? Alvin Bragg. I would lock his big fat black ass up. That Jack Smith, his ass would get locked up. Now, Joe Biden, I don't think he ought to lock Joe Biden up. Joe Biden really don't know what the fuck going on. Honestly, I just let Joe Biden live out his last year. Fuck Joe Biden. But all these young motherfuckers that are really coming after Trump, what's that bitch that lied on him that said he sexually assaulted her 50 years ago and they awarded her $70 million? I don't remember her name. They are just, I would lock her ass up for defamation. Well, you can't lock somebody up for defamation. Well, defamation is a civil matter. Nah, fuck that. I would figure out a way to still lock that bitch up. And I would say, look, if I was Trump, I would say, look, these are all official acts. This person, and he would be right to lock up Letitia James. I'm not saying he should just frivolously do what they did to him. What they did to him was frivolous. I'm saying that he should say, look, Letitia James used the power of the Attorney General's office to go after a political opponent because this bitch wanted a reality show, and you can't frivolously use the criminal justice system like that. She needs to be locked up for it. She needs to pay a penalty for that. What's Fannie Willis? Yeah, all these silly black motherfuckers going after Trump. It's ridiculous. Fannie Willis, lock her black ass up too. Yep. Fannie Willis needs to be locked the fuck up. Why? Well, first of all, she got on the court stand lying. Everybody knew she was fucking the bald-headed nigga, not Dwayne Wade, whatever his name is, Wade, whatever, Wade something, Mr. Wade, we'll call him. She knew she was fucking on Mr. Wade. She got on that stand and lied. And even since then, this was about a year ago, even since then, there's been videos of these two hanging out together. Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, that's his name, Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade. There's been video of those two hanging out. And as a prosecutor, she got on the stand and flat out fucking lied. That's a prosecutable offense all day long. That's a prosecutable offense all day long. That's called perjury. If Trump really had some ball, we're gonna see how hard Trump is. Because after how they've committed crimes in public going after him. All right, Fannie Willis committing the crime in public of perjury, lying on the stand. Letitia James going after Trump frivolously, using the power of the Attorney General's office to go after a political opponent. Jack Smith doing this. Trump really should go after all of these fucking people, just like they went after him. He absolutely should. We're going to see if he has the gall to do it. I hope he does. I really hope he does. But let's get to some of the comments. Woke progressive, like I said, y'all don't want a female president. No, hell no. No, not black women nowadays, man. I think it's gonna take another good 20 to 30 years for the right black woman to come along. Because look, just I don't want this to be a black woman bashing channel. Look, if you're a black woman and you're listening, we don't hate you over here at Woke Progressive. I don't hate you over here at Woke Progressive. We are just sick of y'all shit, man. We're sick of y'all being hoes. We're sick of y'all being baby mamas. I know I'm tired of it. I didn't think it was this bad. It's horrible. But we don't hate women. Even after him with the whole Stormy Daniels stuff. Exactly. It's sad. It's sad. Lock AOC up. What crimes have AOC committed? Because I really don't believe in using the judicial system to go after political opponents. And now, if AOC is legitimately committed a crime, yes, she should be locked up. If she's legitimately involved in corruption. But I don't think we should lock people up for having bad opinions. And if Trump starts locking people, he's not just locking these people up. If he does lock them up, it's not just lock them up for for having bad opinions. You know what DEI prosecutors, these DEI lawyers, Nathan Wade, Fannie Willis, Letitia James, DEI Attorney General, right? What these DEI motherfuckers don't understand is exactly what they're accusing Trump of, which is erasing democracy, eroding democracy, getting rid of democracy. That's exactly what they're doing. All right. They're actually using the judicial process to curtail democracy. That's what they're doing. Fannie Willis, they're using the judicial system to curtail the democracy because the people have spoken. We want Trump. All right. Trump went through the Trump has been through the Republican election process. What about 3 or 4 times at this point? All right, and he's won overwhelming majorities in the Republican Party. All right, people clearly want him on the ballot, and rather than letting the people speak, now if the people decided, hey, we no longer want Trump, we want to vote for somebody else. All right, let that be done. All right, but the people are consistently saying we want Trump, we want Trump. However, these DEI attorneys, the Fannie Willises and the Letitia James, these nasty feminist women, they don't believe in democracy. They'll swear an oath to uphold democracy. They'll do that. But when it comes to actually believing in the people having a say, fuck no. Fuck no. I'd be scared to be in one of these bitches' courtrooms. That's why if I go into a courtroom, I see a black woman judge, I'm just going to pray to God and exercise my right to silence. They don't actually believe in the Constitution. They don't actually believe in democracy. They believe in peddling and furthering their own agenda. And, you know, that's why that's why universities are so fucked up now, because that's exactly how they want it. They don't want people who actually believe in the freedom of speech. Fuck no. If they actually believed in democratic values like freedom of speech, that would be a threat to their system. No. Now, sorry about that. Oh, well, was it me? Hello? All right, can you guys hear me now? Okay. Sorry about that. I only expect this to be a problem in these early live streams. Whenever I get a phone call, it kicks me off, and I have to explain to the person that I'm live. Then I have to come back, and it's just a whole thing. But when I get paid Wednesday, I plan on getting another device and going live from that device, so I'll have this device free to take phone calls if need be. Which I had another iPhone, but I sold it for like $100. Worst sell of my life. Yeah, I should have kept that. It was an iPhone 12. Um, yeah, because it was my alarm clock. If I needed another phone to harass somebody, I, it was my phone to do that. I haven't been able to harass anybody here lately. It's just been horrible. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, these bitches don't believe in democracy, man. Man, look at how a lot of these are tethers. I'm sounding like Tariq Nasheed now. Tariq Nasheed calls them tethers. A lot of these people, you might think they're Black Americans, which I don't have anything against non-Black Americans. I think we're all human at the end of the day. But um, a lot of these guys are tethered. In their home countries, they don't believe in no fucking freedom of speech. In their home countries, you have the freedom to worship the state. You have the freedom to adhere to the rules and statutes of the state. And that's you don't have no freedom of speech. And that's what they're turning the United States into. Because while they're claiming to defend democracy, they're claiming to be upholding democratic values and democratic norms. It's not really what they're doing. Because the people spoke, the people wanted Trump, the people voted for Trump, but they don't believe in it. They feel like the people's voices should be stripped, and the people's voices should then be replaced with their idea of a faux democracy, a democracy where we call it a democracy, but you don't really have rights that will be associated with a democratic nation. All right. All right. But yeah, that's why they hate Trump. That's why they hate Trump. How long have we been live? 26 minutes. All right. I think that's enough time. Um, I think let's open up the live stream. Now look, wait a minute, before I open up the live stream, we're not gonna do what we've done these last few shows. All right, now anybody can come up. I don't mind people coming up. But AP, now I'm talking to AP specifically, nobody else. Everybody else, you're excused. But I'm talking to you, AP. Motherfucker, if you come up here with that nigga shit, if you come up here with that bullshit, is anti-Jesus. We understand you don't believe in Jesus. All right, you have the freedom to do that. That's your soul, not mine. And if you want to come up here and say why you don't believe in Jesus, okay. You have the right to look. I actually believe in democratic values. Unlike these DEI attorneys, I believe in democratic values. You can come up here and speak, but coming up here all the fuck this, fuck that, all the gyrating and yipping and hollering and acting like you on meth. No, we're gonna. And I don't know. I don't even know if AP is. He's probably watching. He's got his notification set to whenever I go live that he sees the video. Which is cool. I want people to do that. I want you to do that, AP. But when I open up the live stream, that don't mean you come up here and act like a monkey. Right? Act like you got some sense. All right, so let's get the live. Let's get the live. What is it called? The link. We'll get the link out. We'll say join the truth panel. There we go. So you can come up, you can talk about Trump, or you can talk about some other shit you want to talk about. I just it's election season. I'm glad I came back a couple of months prior to election season because last time on YouTube I kind of missed a lot of election season. I don't remember why 4 years ago, but yeah, I at least got some good videos in. I think we're gonna have some good content during the Trump administration. I think I'd have even better content in the Harris administration because I'd just be constantly angry if Kamala Harris was president. I'd be constantly coming. Yeah, my shit would probably get taken down because I go in pretty hard. But yeah, honestly, if Kamala Harris, if she was president, that probably would make for better content for me because they'd be passing all kind of abortion shit. They'd be having hoes in the White House, transgenders in the White House. She's gonna have like a transgender Secretary of Defense or some shit because they're gonna push the DEI to crazy lengths at that point. They're gonna start appointing black women as what's it called? The head of aviation. I can't remember the tonight. I mean, we're gonna live in wacko jacko world. We're literally gonna be in wacko jacko world. And in the wacko jacko world, anything can happen. You got a black woman that's the head of security with the airports, the head of TSA. I don't remember the official name for it. Man, you're gonna have all kind of terrorists coming over here because they've already had the green light under Joe Biden that they can come over here illegally. Can you imagine if we reelect Kamala Harris and this happened under her nose? All these illegals coming over, they're gonna all around the world. They're gonna look at that as a green light. Man, America. It's fodder. America's straight up fodder. And you're gonna have niggas from all over the globe coming here. You think it's bad now. Just vote for Kamala Harris. It's gonna get even fucking worse. Because then that's gonna be a signal around the world that, hey, we can do this and get away with it. These dumb Americans, they're not gonna do anything about it. We already came over 300 million strong, 100 million strong, and they're not doing shit about that. Yeah, let's keep coming over. And then look how many enemies we've collected around the world. Look at what we're funding in Israel, for God's sakes. We're literally funding a genocide in Israel, and we're making all kind of enemies, and then we open up our borders. How smart do you think that is? It 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 doesn't take that high of an IQ for somebody in the Middle East to say, America has open borders and they're over here bombing the shit out of my people. It doesn't take shit for them to get a flight to Mexico, cross over that border, and pull another 9/11. How easy do you think that? Our borders need to be closed like a motherfucker. Closed like a, especially if we join in forces with Israel, getting involved in their bullshit. I don't think we should be doing that. Leave Israel alone. They want to fuck. They want to fuck with the Palestinians. Let them do it. Which I think it's terrible. It's terrible. But why are we getting involved with that shit? Woke, for some reason, I think the fix might be in. She'll become president. I hope not. I hope. My heart would be absolutely broken. I was doing Instacart yesterday, and whenever I do Instacart, I use that. I take that as my opportunity to wear my Trump hat, and so I'll go shopping. It'll be like 10 items, and I'll put on my hat. I'll go into Target, and I'll do it. I don't do it in the really black stores. Because the reason I don't do it in really black stores, like if I'm going to Kroger and there's a bunch of niggas in Kroger and it's on the bad side of town on Roosevelt. I live in Little Rock on Roosevelt Street in Little Rock. Man, that's the blackety black side of town. That's the side of town you get nervous being on. And so I won't wear my MAGA hat in a black store like that because niggas ain't got nothing to lose. And I'm black. They're gonna be like, nigga, why are you supporting Trump? Blah, blah, blah. And it just comes off as weird if I'm around other black people doing it. But if I'm in a white neighborhood at like one of those, I think it's called Whole Foods, where rich white people go, they have all the non-GMO, gluten-free, organic, the shit white people like. Vegan mayo shit. I saw some vegan mayonnaise in that store. And I'm like, what the fuck? It sounds disgusting. Vegan mayo. Then they have sugar-free, non-gluten, vegan cookies. Shit tastes like cardboard, but white people love it. So if I go into a store like that, then I'll wear my MAGA hat. Because fuck these white liberals. Not like a good down-to-earth white redneck. I like poor white trash. Those are the white people I get along with the most. Now, some of them ain't shit. But these highfalutin, left-wing, purple hair, goddamn rich, vegan, those kind of, fuck those white people. And I'll proudly wear my MAGA hat in stores like that. I'll go into the Whole Foods, proudly wear my hat. And it gets stares. I like it because I'm making a political statement not only with my blackness, but also with the hat. Because what I'm saying is, as a black man, I'm standing up for the patriarchy. This hat represents the patriarchy. Kamala Harris represents the fall of the patriarchy. Nah, man, we got to keep the patriarchy, man. Man, we can't. We got the patriarchy has to stay intact. And so, yesterday I was wearing the hat. I went to Instacart. I was doing Instacart, and this little white girl was walking by me in Target, and she was with her mom. She said, "Ooh, Trump!" I swear to God. And I just looked at her and I smiled and said, "Hey." And her mom gave me just this look of disgust. You should have seen this. And I didn't care. I'm a big black dude. I'm like 6'3", 330 pounds. So I'm kind of fat, but honestly, if you saw me, you wouldn't think fat. You think kind of fat, but muscular. But I have a muscular physique. basically nobody's just gonna walk up to me and fight me for wearing the Trump hat, unless it's a guy that's bigger than me. Which most guys are smaller than me. Most people are smaller than me, and so the white woman just gave me a look of disgust. You know, really the way she looked at me, you'd think I'd have said, kick dirt in her daughter's eye or something. But she looked at me like, look at this Trump, so you black niggers, Trump support. And she just looked very angry about it. And funny enough, that same the order that I was delivering for, that was at Target. The house that I delivered to had a Kamala Harris sign in the front of the yard, and I had my MAGA hat. And sure enough, I walked up to the front door, dropped off the groceries. The lady was at the front door, and you can tell like she didn't say anything about my hat. Um, she obviously saw it, but she was more interested in talking about a stray cat that had roamed into her yard and all of that. But she wasn't interested in the Trump hat. She wasn't interested in that. Yeah, I had to take a vape hit, but yeah. So that's what we got going on. Yeah, I got a cigar that I bought, and I was saving this cigar for a special occasion. But I guess going live, that's somewhat of a special occasion. So I think I'm gonna smoke on the cigar for just a second. Mm-mm. But did I get the? Yeah, I mean, join the Truth panel if you'd like. Well, for some reason, okay, I already read that. 10 million undocumented flowing in Chicago and New York and in small town giving housing and food stamps like RBR. They're here to replace us. Yeah, they are absolutely here to replace us. They are. Kamala's husband is Jewish, so there you go. I didn't realize, what's his name? Doug Inhofe. I didn't realize he was Jewish. I think I'd heard this somewhere before. The Jews, they really got to fix in on everybody. I'm not going to get too much into that. Because even if you look at Trump the other day, Trump went to Israel and put on the whole, what's the Jewish hat thing called? Put on the Jewish hat thing, the Yom Kippur? No, that's not the Yom Kippur. Whatever the hat's called. And he prayed with them, and then he did an interview with Ben Shapiro and talked about how, we will defend Israel. That's my one criticism of Trump. The one thing, people always say, can Trump do wrong? Yeah, Trump can do wrong in my eyes. His unwavering cuckolding to Israel. I don't like, but that's pretty much, you're going to get that with every politician. I don't care who it is. Except, that's one thing I could give to, somebody mentioned AOC earlier. That's one thing I can give to AOC. Yeah, she might be dumb as a bag of rocks. She might be ditzy. She might be one crazy-eyed fool, but she does not kiss the ass of Israel. None of the squad. Remember the squad? I think there's no longer a squad now in the House of Representatives or in Congress. But the squad, Ilhan Omar, AOC, they did not kiss Israel's ass. And I think that's really why they started getting them up out of there. Because this ain't a popular thing to say, but a lot of Israelis fund and bankroll folks in Congress, whether you know it or not. The last time I got taken down for saying that. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down. And, because they bankroll these people are then beholden to them. But that's what somebody said, lock AOC up earlier. No, we're not just going to lock her up because she's crazy. Hell, in that case, your ass will be locked up. Hell, we're all a little bit crazy. No. She's against Israel. And I stand with her on that. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. And my top criticism of Donald Trump that he cucks to Israel. But he's the best we've got. He really is the best we've got. We don't have anything better than Trump. We don't. Sad to say, unfortunate to say, a kippah or a yarmulke. I think I've heard it called a yarmulke before. A kippah. I called it Yom Kippur. I knew it was something like Kip something. I know it's Kip something. What else interesting is going on? I don't know. Once I get about an hour into this, I started losing. I don't know what the fuck to talk about. That's why I wish I got to get tech savvy with it, man. When I get paid Wednesday, I should get paid Wednesday. Now I got to buy a bed for this new apartment. I do got to do that. But and I'm in the ghetto. So don't get jealous. A lot of people get jealous when you say you got a new place, but no, you will not be jealous of my apartment. Now, I'm grateful for it because it's mine, but I'm proud of my ghetto ass apartment though. I'm proud of it. I'm gonna fix it up, fix the windows. I'm looking at the window now. Yeah, the windows got paint all over it because whoever painted the room did a shoddy job. They just got paint all over. Instead of cleaning the paint off of the window, they just let it dry there. So now I've got paint all over the windows. I can still see out of the window, but there's like paint everywhere. And I probably could do a deep cleaning of the whole place. But, I'm too focused on going live on YouTube and getting pussy to think about cleaning up. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. All right. There's our friend. What's going on, man?
You fucking fag. Name what uh policies have Trump promoted that are beneficial to you right now? What is he campaigning on that's beneficial to you?
That's beneficial to me. Economically, I probably couldn't think of anything. I guess tax cuts, but that's not the reason I'm voting for Trump.
May
I've
I ask
never.
tax
Wait,
cuts
wait,
in
wait. Let
what
me say this.
form?
Let me say.
Hold on. You said tax cuts. What type of tax cuts are being
Well, no,
proposed?
that's not the hill I'm going to die on because I don't know enough about tax cuts to even
So
talk about it.
you don't know any policies that
Well,
he's
I
campaigning
would like
on?
to give an answer. I would like to
Okay.
give an
All
answer
right.
because my answer is nuanced. I know you. I know you're trying to make me look dumb, man. You just would love to make another black man look dumb, but let's not do that. Let's just have the conversation. So, I'm voting for Trump more so for cultural reasons. I don't think of the presidency in terms of, oh, who's going to make me more money? Because honestly, regardless of whether Trump or Biden is in office, I'm still going to do my Instacarts. I'm still going to have a job. I don't think they really have that much of an impact on me personally. But culturally, the president does have the power of what's called the bully pulpit. So the president controls the narrative. So I know if Trump is controlling the narrative, there's going to be more scrutiny on the media. People are going to be more critical of the media, and that's
Y'all
overall going to
accuse
be
me of being
good.
like Cyber, but just like Cyber, you seem instead of just saying, you know what, I'm voting for him because he's the one I like. Because when you say
Well, I'm
culture,
getting to that. Obviously,
America
he's the
is
one I like, but
multicultural.
I'm
I'm saying,
explaining why I like him. No,
hold on,
no,
bro.
that's an insult. That's an insult.
America
Never
is
compare me to Cyber.
multicultural, bro. This is
Never.
so when you say the culture, that's a very
Mhm.
vague, ambiguous statement because this is a multicultural nation. So when you
No,
say you voted
there's
on him
still a
because of
national
culture, you're not really
zeitgeist.
saying that. You sound like Cyber.
No, there's still a national. No, I think you're just not understanding. I think what I'm saying might be a bit too
Well, maybe you should do a
sophisticated
better
for you.
job at articulation because I
I
asked a very
think no,
specific
I think you're
question
just. I
and you
think I'm
can't
doing a
answer.
good job of that. I think people prior to you coming up here, people understood it, and so let me explain. Or you put your black ass in the back. He loved making black people look bad. I don't know what it is about that. About him was wanting to make other black people look bad. But what I'm saying is there is a national zeitgeist, the spirit of the times. There is a certain feeling, a cultural feel, all right? And with that cultural feel, the president kind of controls that by controlling the narrative. Now he got me fucking up. Now you got me fucking up. I was explaining it good before you came up, and now you got me fucking up, man. God damn. Can you at least next time you do some shit like this, Let me at least explain
Okay,
it, and
what
then you talk.
policies does
Cause you
Kamala
trying to
Harris
make me look
have?
bad. No, come on, man.
Yeah,
You ain't
what
finna make me look
policies
bad
does
on my own
Kamala
fucking
Harris
show.
have that
I
you
was just
oppose?
telling you. I was just telling you some good shit. But you just want to be argumentative. You ain't coming up here to talk. You just coming up here to be argumentative. Argumentative nigga. But go ahead. What's your question?
What policies does Kamala Harris have that you oppose?
I don't believe in killing babies.
Are you saying that she's for abortion?
I'm saying I don't like killing babies, and she wants to
Well,
kill
that
the
would mean that she
babies.
would be for abortion. I don't think that they. I think they've campaigned on whether a person should be able or not be able to. I think they
Yeah,
arguing
she
should it.
advocates
Wait a
no.
minute, because
She
apparently you don't understand. They're arguing should it be federal law or should it be left to the states.
yeah, she wants it to
I
be
would
a
think that you would. I
she
would
wants
think
it to
that you
be
would
a
understand, and seeing how
codified
you're a
right.
voter, you should
She wants
understand.
it to be a right in the Constitution to kill babies. I
No,
don't
she
believe in that.
hasn't posed that. That's you're
Yeah,
just
she
making
said
that.
she wants it to be a national. She wants there to be another amendment.
That's not
That's
what she
go.
said.
Yes, she. Yes, she
What do you
is.
think
She
about the
wants an
proposal
amendment
she's
to be
made?
added that gives women
Right.
rights to
What do you
kill
think about the
babies.
proposal she's made in the last 48 hours catering to the black male vote? How does that make you feel as a black man? And what has she posed that you have opposition to?
I made a video about it yesterday. You didn't see my video. You see when I go live. You didn't see the video I
No,
made
I
about it
didn't. I
yesterday.
don't watch you.
All right, well, go back and look at it. I gave my
No, no,
thoughts on
thank
it.
you. I'm
I
not
thought it
here
was
to
horrible. I
help
didn't think
you
it
get
was.
more numbers, right? You get more viewers than me. I'll let your audience watch it. That's why I'm asking you now. So apparently, maybe you don't have an answer for that.
Man, what's up with you, man? You good?
I'm asking you about politics. I'm cooking breakfast. I'm asking you about politics, man. Politics over breakfast. So I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
curious to
okay.
know that
But
Kamala
yeah.
Harris has been
Well,
in
to
the
answer your
media cycle.
question, wait a
Kamala
minute.
Harris has been in the media cycle because she's having a lot of problem with black male voters. I think that you claim to be a black male, so I would think that someone that's so politically inclined as yourself and me being so argumentative that you can kind of articulate and lay out your position about this presidential candidate's policy proposals.
Okay, all right. I mean that was a mouthful there. Was there a question in that? That was just one big statement. I don't even think that was a question.
Well, I get it. We
That
down
was
to
just
single
one
digit.
big
We down to
statement.
single digit
I mean, what
IQ.
part of that
So I'll
statement?
start
I mean,
over. We back
you
to
talk
single
about
digit
me
IQ.
doing like cyber. You sound like cyber right now because you're
Right.
just rambling.
So what I'm
I'm
asking you
giving
is
pretty articulate answers.
over the last 48 hours, Kamala
Uh huh.
Harris has been taking a lot of heat about her not having the black male vote and losing the black
Right.
male vote.
She
Well,
has.
she's come up with propositions in
Yeah.
those 48 hours, and I'm asking you, are you for or against those policy proposals, and why?
Yeah, I made a video detailing that yesterday. I'm against those proposals because from what I saw in what she proposed, she didn't really propose anything. It's much like when she talks about
Well,
her
she said,
opportunity.
she said 120
God
million
damn,
dollars. Well, you
God
said she
damn.
didn't
See,
propose anything,
see,
so it's
see. I'm
120
giving
million dollars.
man.
Okay,
I
well maybe
can't
you.
do this
All right.
shit, man. God damn, his wife can do that shit. I ain't fucking you, so I ain't got to deal with this shit, man. God damn, and you can leave. I really don't give a fuck. But if you're gonna ask me something, let me answer the question. God damn it. That shit, it's kind of annoying, AP. It really is. So, I mean, to answer the question, no, I think what she offered was nothing. Much like she's offering nothing when she talks about her opportunity economy. When she's pressed on what an opportunity economy is, it means nothing. She doesn't talk about how it's going to be funded. She doesn't talk about programs within the opportunity economy. I mean, she might mention, some fake program, but it's mostly just a platitude, just platitudes. Um, and I'm against platitudes. Platitudes don't work. Obama was the king of platitudes. All right. So yeah, we saw her plan. We saw an overview of the plan. Um, I don't think there was anything really viable in the plan. Hello?
Well, you said I'm over talking you, man. So I'm not.
Yeah. You were.
So
You were, but
you're
I'm done
against
talking now.
are
That's
you
how a
against are
conversation
you
works.
against the federal legalization of marijuana?
I really don't care. I don't think that's a black male issue. I did think that was a bit
That's
of
not what the
pandering.
question is. Are you for or against the federal
Yeah, I think
legalization
people
of
should have a
marijuana?
right. I think people should have a right to decide what they put in their own bodies.
So
I'm
you're
actually
saying that you're
for
for
legalization of all
marijuana
drugs.
legalization?
I think all drugs should be legal. I
You
think
think that crack cocaine should be legal? You think
yeah,
cocaine
I
should
think
be
crack
legal?
cocaine. Now, do I think you should do
Do you
crack
think
cocaine?
that
Absolutely not.
opioids should be
Yeah,
legalized?
absolutely. If you want to make a choice to fuck up your life
Wow.
like that, I
And
think
what do
you
you
have
think
the
that's
right
going
to
to
do
cause
that.
on public safety?
You said what?
And what would that cause to the legalization of opioids and cocaine? What would that do to public safety?
I don't know. It would end the war on drugs. I heard that.
You think so?
Yeah, because if it was legal, the cartels would no longer exist. I don't know. Maybe the cartels will get stronger. Maybe that's a dumb opinion I have. Yeah, because I
I
haven't
think
thought
that you
about
should
that in a while.
reevaluate that. I think that you should really take time to reevaluate the things that you say. Now, you had your white boy up here the other day with his mouth full of crazy lies and bullshit, and you also had a woman you've been dating exposing the truth about you. Now you want to keep things political. When I ask you things about politics, it seems that you don't know nothing. You don't know your own position politically. It
No, I was
appears.
up here talking good about it, and then you came up here. That's what the
Well,
devil
that's
does,
subjective.
man. The
That's
devil will come
subjective.
and
Whether
fuck up the
good and bad or
conversation. I
subjective.
mean, but I'll let you talk, man, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well,
Um,
again, the
but
federal legalization of marijuana, for or against.
well, yeah, I'm for. Like I said, I think all drugs
Well,
should be
that was a
legal.
part of her. That was a part of her, which I
Yeah,
find
and I
I take
said I
insult,
thought
which
that was
I take
pandering.
insult
I
to,
thought that was
which
pandering.
I take
I
insult
thought it
to.
was
I
pandering.
thought that it was very
I thought
insultive
she was
for.
pandering. That's what I thought. I thought the bitch was pandering, like she always does. And I don't like a pandering bitch. All right. And so yeah, I didn't like her plan. I think the plan was a bunch of platitudes. I don't think there was anything in the plan that would really be beneficial to black men. Now she had one. God damn it, Sebastian, stop it. That's my cat. Stop it. What are you doing? Get away. All right, yeah, my cat was going crazy. But yeah, I don't think there was anything in the plan that would be particularly beneficial to black people. Actually, uh, I just think it was a bad plan. I think it was a bad plan, AP. Not a
Can you
great
speak? Can
plan.
you speak about that plan?
Yeah, she talked about all kind of programs for black
Can you
men that
name
would go
those
to.
programs?
It's for black men with degrees. It's not going to be beneficial
Let
to
Google
black
be
men
your
that don't
friend,
have
man,
college
because apparently you
educations,
didn't pay
and they
attention to
want
what
you to
was
go to
going on. That
college for
happens to a
4 years.
lot of
Instead,
dumb people,
it's
stupid people.
perks
Don't pay
if you
attention
go
to
there
important things.
indoctrination
So
camps.
why don't you let
That's what
Google
her
be your
plan
friend?
was.
And how about you
Because if
just
you're a black
Google it?
man who wants to be a
How about you
teacher or
just
nurse,
Google it?
which means you've probably been propagandized in their system for 4 years, and they're
Since you
brainwashing
can't pay
camp for four
attention to when
years,
people are speaking,
then
why don't
she'll
you do
give you some
yourself a
perks for.
favor?
She'll give you
Why
some
don't you do
perks for
yourself a
doing
favor and
that.
just Google it?
She'll give you some perks for doing that. Hey, 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 nigga. Hey, wait a minute. Daddy
How about
talking.
you
That means
just
shut the
Google
fuck
it?
up.
Why don't you just
That,
Google it?
hey, hey, Daddy's talking. That means
Why
shut the
don't you
fuck
just
up.
Google it? Why
Now,
don't you just Google
she'll
it?
give you some perks if you've gone to the indoctrination camp. That's what she'll do. She'll give you perks if you've gone to the indoctrination camp.
Well, I recognize I'm
We
talking
get
to one of the
perks for
fools of
going to the
society.
indoctrination
So
camp.
one thing I've learned not to do is waste time with stupid people. And you want to have an intelligent conversation, and you're talking
Yes.
about indoctrination camps. And you almost
Now,
40. You're
well, I
probably
mean, you
40
can have
years
what the fuck
old.
you want to have.
You're
Look,
40 years.
wait a minute. One thing about it, nigga. One thing about it is, I'll do my channel with or without you. I was here way before there was an AP. I'll be here long after there's an AP. Because enough. That you're right time. You're just the smartest guy in the room all the time. That doesn't mean anything to me. That doesn't mean a hill of beans to me. Not a damn thing. All right. What matters to me is I like doing it. I like talking about it. And if you don't like hearing it, all right, fine. Okay. Regardless of whether I have an audience or not, I really don't care. I don't care about that. All right.
So it appears that only when you have some white
Go
boy
ahead.
on here
But
trying to dox
yeah,
people and spread rumors and lies, that seems to be your angle. Because when it pertains to politics, it appears that even if you sat down and watched a bit by
purrs.
CNN, Fox,
It purrs. It purrs. It purrs. What is a purrs, nigga? Who's purring? I know you heard me talking to my cat earlier. You talking about a nigga purring? I'm not purring. No, I was telling my cat to stop. I wasn't telling my
See,
cat to
that
purr.
just shows that that's the danger of society. It's 40 plus, 50 plus year old men like you. And we're being exposed to this portion.
40, 50 plus. Nigga, I just turned 30. Rock Forever 21, but just turned 30.
I know you're
Rock
not that
Forever
smart, but I was
21,
talking
but
about the white
no,
boy
I
that
really
you had
did
on
do
your
it.
panel. But I noticed you're a narcissist. You think everything is about you.
I'm a narcissist. Yeah, I get a sick pleasure from putting you in the back and bringing you back up because I'm a narcissist. I get a sick pleasure from that, AP.
I would say that it's more so childish. It's not sick. It's not,
Go ahead,
even though
man.
there's some mental disorder, it's more so that you're a child.
All right.
That's all.
So,
And when you had that young
what,
lady in your chat section
what
that
was
know
that?
you and start to expose you, you didn't want to talk about that. How you
Don't
on
you know she was at
cocaine,
my
how
house
you're
that night?
homosexual, how
Don't
you
you
watch
know
gay
she was at
porn,
my house same night?
those big old fat
She
neck.
came
Yeah,
to my
that's what you
house.
say. But unless she can confirm that, we know how much you lie. That's why you got them white boys around you, because you lying.
All
Now
right.
I got a more important question for you.
All right.
With the way that this Trump campaign, because both sides of the vulture, you're looking at a vulture. It don't matter what wing you on. The vulture is there to consume anything in sight. That's America, right? So it don't matter if you vote for Kamala Harris, you're gonna get fucked. If you vote for Donald Trump, you're gonna get fucked, right? It doesn't even matter. But what I recognize is there's a rise in these asshole lickers of black men that like to lick white men's assholes, and that's you, all right? Do you honestly think that after the election, these same white boys
Oh my
that you licking?
God, man. Jesus Christ. And I knew he was gonna come up here and do that. I knew it. Okay, he'll ask a question and not really give you an opportunity to answer. Uh I don't know. And I guess I would say he should grow his own channel, but I don't know if he's too dumb. He's one of those people. He's good at tearing down. He's good. He's good as an attack dog. He's good at cooking and roasting and all that kind of shit. But when it comes to actually having an intelligent conversation that's not interrupting, that's not actually a debate, just a regular conversation, he's not capable of that. He's not. I was talking very well about politics before he came up. I make videos I'm trying to make videos almost every day. Talk very well. I think I'm funny. He thinks I'm funny. He comes up here every live stream. Every live stream, he's back up. All right. And so, it's not doesn't bother me. But he's not gonna overtalk me on my own show. All right, he left. So that's fine. Hey, Sebastian. Stop. Okay, I gotta kick my cat out. 1 second. You gotta go. Okay. No more cat. No more cat. I mean, we were talking good about the politics and all that shit before the nigga came, and I knew he was gonna do that. And that's AP's MO. He's hurt. Whenever I hear AP talk, I'm just hearing a lot of hurt. I'm hearing a lot of anguish. And nigga, don't bring that shit over here to me. I got enough pain in my own life to be dealing with your trauma. That nigga just trauma dumps. That's what you call trauma dumping. All right. When your life is so fucked up, and his life is fucked up because he lies about it. All right. He's lied about being a nurse. He's lied about being in the military. He's lied about making $20,000 a month doing music. Those retarded beats he has, it sounds like a preschool student came up with that shit. And everybody can see it. Everybody can see what a liar he is. All right, now I'm not gonna call him a dummy because sometimes he says stuff I agree with. But we know he's a liar. We know this nigga's a phony. We know it. And that's why he gets up here attacking me, because there's something about me he likes. I don't know what it is. There's something about me. He's like, oh, I like woke progressive, because whenever I go live, he's here. Whenever I make a video, he's in the comment section every time. He watches the videos. He's made videos on his channel about my videos. So I'm very flattered by that, AP. I really am. But we can have a conversation without you getting up here trying to make me look dumb. It's not about me being dumb. It's not about you being dumb. I don't think either one of us are dumb people. We might have different viewpoints, but we're not dumb people. All right. So, I mean, you can come back up. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah. No, I left and I came back. I'm not trying to make you look stupid.
Back.
You are stupid. And more importantly, you said that I made videos about you. Can you show one video
that I made about my videos? I didn't say videos. If I said videos about me,
okay, what video that I made about your videos?
Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep utilizing this remove from stage button, because I ain't gonna let you do this all show. But what I'm saying is, young man, with my 40 to 50-year-old ass, now anybody who knows my real age knows I'm not really 40 to 50. What I'm saying is, you've made videos about my videos. So remember that time I had a certain title about Shannon Sharpe, and then you stole that title and you put that title as the title to your video. And remember, I then made a video about Dynasty, and you clipped a picture of Dynasty and you put it up on your channel. Those are my videos. You don't remember those?
I've never made one video about Shannon Sharpe ever. That's a lie.
Well, you stole my title. You took the title of
I've never made a title in reference to anything about Shannon Sharpe. I don't remember
what the title was. Okay.
And I don't even know who Destiny is.
Do it, but I remember you doing it. Okay.
Yeah, and my channel bigger than yours with only music on it. I get more views than you with just music. That's it.
Congratulations.
And at least you know that. At least you know that.
What happened? So what happens? Your channel is bigger than mine. Now what?
No. You got more subscribers, but I got less subscribers, and I get more views with just my music.
Does that make you feel good about yourself?
Well, it just proves you're lying.
Your channel is bigger than mine.
You just lying.
I mean, it's not, but I'll go along with that if that makes you feel good. Okay, well, if that makes you feel good to say that, to say my channel is bigger.
Well, the numbers bear out the truth. Now. You struggle.
That's really how he thinks. My channel is bigger than Woke's. I'm somebody now. He thinks that's what he does. This is not his first time doing this. He'll look at how many views my video gets, and he'll post a video and see how many his gets. If his gets more views, that's made his whole week. I'm better. My video got more views than Woke. Ain't that a shitty life? Because I'm not shit. And if you're living your life based on me, then you can't be shit. God damn, AP. And you do this. I mean, you'll deny it, but that's what you do, man. So do you want to have an actual conversation? Let's talk about something. What do you think about Kamala Harris? What kind of cultural impact do you think Kamala would have if elected? Can you answer that?
Well, culture is something that you get for your family. Maybe you need to find a different term to articulate yourself. Culture.
No. No, let's not do that. You don't just get your culture from your family. Now, there is an immediate influence that you get from family. Family does play a large role in developing who you are. That's absolutely true. But there are also other cultural influences. Your friends at school. What's the school culture like? The media, the culture in the media. I mean, we live in a world where everybody, I don't care how old you are, everybody's always in their phones. All right, you're connected to some kind of community of whatever you're watching. That's influencing you. All right, so yes, absolutely. The president does influence the culture. All right. So how do you think a President Kamala Harris?
I've heard the question. You don't have to repeat yourself. I know you're used to that. You're slow. You don't have to repeat yourself. Again, if your culture can be influenced by another culture, that means your culture is weak. Culture is something.
No. We all influence each other as human beings. Okay, just be in China, they see Michael Jackson getting up there moonwalking, dancing, the way you make me feel. And what would they do? They start doing the same thing in China. Does that mean they're weak because they saw the Michael Jackson moonwalk and they thought that was cool? And now they're emulating that? No, that doesn't mean your culture's weak. We influence each other as human beings. You see, he get up here saying this stupid shit. Now, I've never banned nobody from the channel, but these are just dumb arguments. You're just saying this just for the sake of saying it, just to be argumentative. And it's not smart stuff. But of course, no, that's not true. It's not a true statement that if your culture is influenced by another culture, that makes your culture inferior. No.
Have the Chinese abandoned their culture for Michael Jackson? Or do they just
No, nobody's
enjoy
talking
Michael
about
Jackson
abandonment.
and not
No,
like
we
the
didn't
culture?
say anything about abandonment. We didn't say anything about abandonment. We're simply talking about cultural influence. Now, he can't answer the question. He calls me dumb, but this is some dumb shit. All right, I'm going to bring it full circle. My question was, what type of cultural influence do I think does he think a President Kamala Harris would have? He's going roundabout, talking about, well, this culture influencing that culture. That means that culture is inferior. Well, that's not what the fuck I'm asking. I'm asking, how do you think there wouldn't be an influence? If you think there wouldn't be an influence, just say that. And you talk about me being cyber. This is some cyber ass shit. This motherfucker really is Cyber Supreme. If you don't know who Cyber Supreme is, he's a felon, a bald-headed felon that rambles and lies and cheats and steals. That's what I think AP is. All right. So again,
last time you had a live, you said I was a convicted felon, which is hilarious.
well, no, that's what the white boy said. That's what RG said. RG said you were a convicted felon. I said that's not surprising if you are a convicted felon, because it's not surprising. A convicted felon can't answer questions. The police ask, "Where you going tonight?" He tell the police officer where he been. That's what you're doing, just rambling, lying. You lied about what? Let's get to your list. You want to talk about me? Let's talk about your lying black ass. All right. You lied about being a nurse. You lied about making $20,000 a month making music. Ain't nobody. Look, man, that song "Can I Call You Rose"? All he did was take a 2-second cut from that song and put it on repeat. And you think that's worth $20,000, nigga? No, that's not doing shit. I can do that. Take a 3-second clip from a song and put it on loop. That's not $20,000 worth of artistry, nigga. That's delusion.
Well, I'm getting 20 G's from music that I've done about 2 years ago. So I like that you inflate things and lie like that. But culture can be defined as all the ways of including arts, belief, institutions of a population that are passed down from generation to generation. Apparently, you don't know what culture means, and you're just using that word.
All right. Now he's pulled up some definition of culture. Culture means what the people are doing, what your people are doing. I don't know a sophisticated definition of culture. We know what it is. I know what culture is. All right. We know what culture is. But I wish I could pull it up on my phone, but I only have one device.
Well, culture is something that's passed down. The key part is,
I mean, but that would be pretty interesting.
Generation to generation.
Can somebody wait a minute? Can somebody in the chat be useful? Can somebody just go to Google right now? Anybody in the chat? I'll give you brownie points if you do it. Can somebody in the chat Google culture definition and put the definition of culture down in the chat? And you know, let's do that. Well, did you ever get that 1K stimulus from Queen Maya? No, Queen doesn't want to give me money for some reason. I don't know why.
The fact that you're jealous, and I never said I was getting $20,000 a month. No, I'm gonna get a one-time payment for royalties. It's back pay on royalties.
You ain't gonna get it for that "Can I Call You Rose" shit.
Of course, I'm not. That's my independent music.
But
that's my independent music.
Man, that ain't worth $20,000.
That's my independent music. The music that I'm getting paid for hasn't even been released in America yet.
I'll pay.
It's never even been heard in America. It's actually
I'll pay you $20 to make me a channel intro. I'll pay you. I swear to God, $20.
That's not enough. You're gonna have to come with like 500 or better.
Shit, nigga, you think I'm finna give you $500
All right, well,
to cut some shit and put it on loop?
again,
Man, that's some
I got
scammer shit. This
$17,000 coming
motherfucker's an
from.
Indian. This motherfucker's an Indian. That's some Indian shit. You want me to pay you 500 motherfucking dollars for you to take some cuts of a shit and put it on loop back to back to back? No, man. I said now $20. I might have been lowballing you a little bit. I'll give you 25. $25. Make me a channel intro.
So you are definitely a Donald Trump supporter, right?
Yeah, I'm voting for Trump.
And Donald Trump is the reason why I think he's the best candidate. First off, is because in order to know business, you have to fail. You have had to fail in order to know how to succeed in business. Most businesses in their first 1 to 3 years they fail. Donald Trump has had far more businesses that have succeeded that didn't fail. Right? He gets a lot of flack for the things that fail. Right? But one thing that you should recognize about Donald Trump is he sets a price based on the quality of whatever product that he's selling. Now, you believe in a free regulated market, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
So if that's so, why would you tell me what to set my price at? Why don't you just say no, thank you, and in a free market enterprise, find somebody in your price guide?
Wait a minute. You can set your price at whatever the fuck you want to set it at. I'm telling you what I'll pay for it. Now, I might go a little higher than 25. Okay, I am lowballing. $30 is damn near my top, man. Now we getting close to the limit. Now I'll pay you $30 to make me a channel intro, and you got to make the intro first. I'm not gonna steal it. I believe you are a scamming ass nigga. You got to show me the intro first, and everybody know we're making the deal. Now $500 is just out of the motherfucking question.
Personally, I wouldn't work with you at all, ever.
All right, well, fuck you too. Fuck you too.
That's business.
I'm trying to help you, nigga.
No, you're not trying to put $30 is not gonna help me.
Nigga, I'm trying to put money in your pocket because I know you got to be one broke ass nigga to get up here lying about making $20,000 and all you did is cut a song up and put it on loop back to back to back. You got to be a lying ass delusional nigga to get up here and think anybody will believe some shit like that. Nobody believes that shit. Now I know, nigga, and your pride finna make you miss $30. You know you need this $30, nigga. You ain't got no job. You all on YouTube talking shit all damn day. You ain't got no job. You know you need this 30. And I get paid Wednesday. Make me the intro. That mean all day today, and I get paid tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That mean all day today, and then some of tomorrow, you can be making the intro. Now I said $30, man. Because you giving it such a fuss, I'll go up to 35.
If you think that I'm getting paid from roles, that's not what I'm getting paid for. I'm getting paid for music that I made 2 years ago that I composed. All right? Yes, you've never heard the material. It's being frequented overseas, man. That's hilarious that you keep coming back to. You just looped the record. No, that's the song you heard. I've made lots of music and lots of money off music. Now, most importantly,
some
man,
of your work that we
you said that I don't work.
With?
You said that I don't work.
Can you tell us some of your work that we would be familiar with?
No, because you got those white boys. Hear me out.
Now, what kind of motherfucking career path is that? So he went from being, I swear to God that he says all this shit. He went from being a drug dealer and joining some gang. I don't know if he was a Crip or Blood. He was one of them shits. All right, he went from that to college, which is already interesting because that's usually not that path. He went from that to college to the military, and then to being a nurse, and then to being a counselor, and then to being he says he does something, with the youth, and then to being a drug dealer, then to being a music mogul making $20,000 for making beats. Now he's a small-time YouTube personality. Do you see how this just really isn't making too much sense for your AP?
You say I went to college before I went to the military? You said I was a gang member and I went to college, then I went to the military? Is that what you said? Well, Progressive, or you don't want to answer that?
Wait, I was reading Ben Garcia. I was trying to give Ben Garcia a wrench. Let me see if I can give you a wrench.
I see that you're avoiding that because you're making things up. And that's what they have.
Well, no, I want you to answer the question.
You got to make
Ben
things
Garcia,
up.
Wait, let me tell Ben Garcia something. Ben Garcia, when I figure out how to give, no, right now nobody has a wrench because I don't know how to give
Well,
out
let me help
wrenches.
you with that. Pull up your YouTube on another tab, and then you'll
Oh
be
yeah,
able to
well I
set up a
can't do that
wrench.
right now because I've only got one device. So yeah, I can't do that
Not
right
that
now.
smart, are you?
No, I can't do it on the device I'm on now because
You're just
then
not that
it will
smart. That's
kick
all.
me out.
You're not that smart. Sorry.
No, well, no, it's not about stop that. God, why does he do that? No, seriously, why does he do that? It's not about being smart just because I'm saying I'm on one device, and if I close out this page on this device, it's going to kick me out of the stream. I don't want to be kicked out of the stream. That's what happens when I get a phone call. If I get a phone call, it kicks me out of the stream. And so I'm not going to leave the stream and stop the stream just to give Ben Garcia a wrench. Now, when I get another device, which will probably be a Wednesday, then maybe. But for now, I can't do that. God damn.
Why
Why
don't
do
you
you?
ask the white boys?
Why are you so incumbent
If
upon
those
making
white
black people
boys
look
seem
dumb?
to, they know so much about me. I'm a convicted felon. I got assault
Well,
charges.
no, I didn't. Did I say you were a convicted felon when I gave your bio just now? When I said you went from Crip and Blood drug dealer to college to then military to then being a nurse to then being a counselor to then back to being a drug dealer and being in the hood and then to somewhere in the midst being a music mogul. What? I never said you got convicted of a felony. Now you've probably done some felonious shit, but that's not what I said.
Hold on. You said I'm a music mogul?
No, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. No, what the fuck, nigga? You said you were a music mogul. Anytime you can make a beat and somebody pays you $20,000 for that, guess what? You are a music mogul. Now you might be a small time music mogul, but no, I'm pretty sure you're big time. Let you tell it right. You're a big time music mogul.
I'm
He
a
said
D
you've done
level.
this for
I'm a
multiple
D
artists.
level. I'm
He said he's done this for multiple artists. They paid thousands upon thousands for his songs. That's what he says.
well. That part is true. I've been paid a lot of money for the music I've been able to create, but apparently it's a lot of things that I don't think that you understand about music. But I mean, well, you can have honestly, I'm doing you a favor even talking to you. Doing you a
Okay.
favor.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to believe, man.
I shouldn't even be on this panel with you because you, like I was gonna say.
All right. Well, don't be on the panel then, nigga. Now this all stemmed from me asking him a question. My question was simple. My question was, what do you think? What kind of cultural influence do you think Kamala Harris would have as president? Basic question, man. Basic. If you don't think she would have any cultural influence, nigga, just say that. I don't think she'd have a cultural influence. I think influence should come from family. I think that's what his original answer was. But he's just so incumbent upon attacking another black man because he hates his life. He know. Oh, I was going to say something.
So the real
I was
brother
about to
got
say
the
something. I
bag.
was about to do a low blow.
The real brother got the bag. Says culture refers to shared beliefs. I do not share any beliefs, values, or customs
Oh
or
man, yeah,
behaviors.
he did get the
I
bag.
do
I'm
not
sorry, real. Wait
share.
a minute. I'm sorry. I didn't give him his credit. Sorry, real brother. I missed the. Oh, Ben Garcia. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. The culture, the art, and we're gonna get to both definitions. I think they should say the same thing. We'll do both. The arts, beliefs, customs, institutions, and other products of human work and thought considered as a unit, especially with regard to a particular time or social group. All right. The set of predominating attitudes and behavior that characterize a group or organization. And then we'll get to Real Brothers' definition. Culture refers to the shared beliefs, values, customs, behaviors, and artifacts that characterize a group or society. It encompasses the way people live, including their language, religion, arts, laws. American Black culture drives and inspires world culture. All right, well, that's not the definition. That's his own take. But, all right, you guys get the point.
So that means that you're using the word culture out of context because
No, I'm not.
Kamala
No,
Harris.
no. I said, how would Kamala Harris influence the culture? How is that taking the culture out of context? This nigga's dumb. I'm really starting to think this motherfucker's dumb. That's a basic question. How do you think a Kamala Harris presidency would impact the arts, beliefs, customs, institutions, and other products of human work? And in this context, we're talking about American culture. I specifically said, how would she influence American culture? So what I'm asking is, how would she influence the arts, beliefs, customs, institutions, and other products of American work and thought considered as an American unit? I'm asking about Kamala Harris in the context of American culture. Very basic question. Very basic question. Now, if you're too dumb to answer that, just say that. Well, just say, well, I'm too dumb to answer the question. It doesn't make sense to me. Or I don't have a good enough answer to make you look dumb. Just say that.
If you could bring back up that definition, if you don't mind.
All right. Which
I
one?
think
Ben
that you're
Garcia
ignoring
or
where it
Real Brother?
says as a unit or social group. Kamala Harris is not a part of my social group.
Yes, she
Does
is. She is. Well, she might not be a part of your immediate social group, but she is a part of she's a part of our current culture. It's inescapable. You're talking about her now, just by way of you talking about her, just by way of you knowing what you know about her. She's automatically a part of your culture. Now, she might not be a part of your immediate social group of people that you're interacting with on a day-to-day basis, on a minute-to-minute basis, like your wife or your family, your mother, father, all those people, your friends. She might not be a part of that social group, but she's certainly a part of the culture in which you're talking about it. She's certainly a part of the culture uh, that you're talking about because you're talking about her. All right. And by you talking about her, by you knowing what you know about her, that's influenced you in some way because you're talking about it.
culture is not defined by individuals, it's defined by a group.
But yeah, exactly.
So how
So
can she define?
how would Kamala Harris influence group behavior? Then that group would be America. How would she influence America? I mean, I don't know how to break it down any dumber, man. I mean, is it me? Is it me, chat? I'm gonna say like the youngsters be saying. Is it me, chat? I think it's a very basic question. I'll ask the chat. We'll see if somebody in the chat knows. Thank you to Ben Garcia. If you guys can get wrenches now, whenever I start giving out wrenches. I'll ask the chat. How do you guys think Kamala Harris would influence American culture? Now we'll see if the chat understands that question. Now AP, he's too dumb to understand it. He doesn't understand how Kamala Harris could possibly, as president of the United States, he doesn't understand how she could possibly influence American culture. She just wouldn't have any influence at all. Right.
All right. Somebody
Right.
just
Wait, but
about hip hop, and I know you're gonna drop me down. Is every black person influenced by hip hop?
no.
So how can Jay-Z shape and mold black culture if everybody doesn't listen to hip hop?
Because he influences the part of black culture that he influences, which could be a significant
Well,
chunk.
he's not influencing
Which
people
could be
that
a
don't listen to
significant
hip hop.
chunk. And it could have,
And that
in a
pertains to
weird
Kamala
way,
Harris.
that's a good point. In a weird way, that could have an influence on somebody who has nothing to do with hip hop culture. Because if you have a culture of people talking about robbing, stealing, killing, destruction, and I'm driving my Toyota Camry around and it gets shot by one of these niggas listening to Jay-Z and doing a drive-by, hey, guess what? Hip hop culture has influenced me. And what if I actually get shot? God forbid. What if I die? And hip hop culture has influenced me. So it can affect culture, can affect you, especially with us being in American culture and in such close proximity to each other. Culture is going to influence you one way or the other, or at least a lot of times it has the potential of doing that.
Are you influenced by Brazilian culture?
No, because I'm not in Brazil now. I could be out at Walmart and I meet someone that's from Brazil and I like their culture and I might emulate it. Probably not. Probably not. But I mean, I don't understand where you're going with this. I mean, uh, I, the question is basic. How do you think Kamala Harris would impact American culture? If you don't think she would, just say that's your answer. I mean, because it's getting tiring at this point.
Grammar escapes you, man. Proper comprehension or context of Anglo-Saxon terms escapes you. So there it is.
Well, there it is. All right. But yeah, I think that she would have a negative impact on the culture. I'll answer the question. I think that the influence that Kamala Harris would have on the
Answer your
culture.
own question. That's the easiest way to.
Yeah, I'm going to answer my own question. You wouldn't answer it. It was obviously too hard of a question for you. You couldn't answer it. You started arguing about the definition of culture. You got proven wrong because you said initially he said culture is only influenced by the family. No, it's dumb. And so to answer the question, I think Kamala Harris would be bad for the culture. She would continue to push DEI. We'd put people who weren't qualified in high positions of authority. We put people who weren't qualified in safety sensitive positions. I think it would undermine our national security having Kamala Harris as president. I don't think she's tough enough to face leaders like Vladimir Putin. Um, I think she'd just be horrible for the culture. I think she'd push lesbianism. I think she'd push homosexuality. I think she'd push killing babies. I think she'd push transgenderism. Having that type of look at Obama when he was president and he came out in favor of LGBT and gay marriage. Look at the type of cultural impact that had. You had more gays come out of the closet back then more than ever. Well, probably not more than now, but Obama started that wildfire, excuse me. Obama started that wildfire culturally by having the bully pulpit as president and influencing the culture to be for homosexuality. So, what type of influence do you think? I'm not even going to ask the fucking question anymore.
Well, I would say
I'm
the
tired of
same
asking.
influence that Donald Trump and the
Nah, I'm
Republican
tired.
Party
Man,
would
fuck the
have
question now.
because
Nah,
they
fuck the
voted
question.
in
Fuck
favor.
the question now. We're gonna move on to something else. All right. In the past, you said, you know, I don't know. You come up and say something. Say something entertaining, nigga.
So
I
again,
really only got you
Donald
up here
Trump
because
and the Republicans all voted in favor of LGBT. That was not done single-handedly by Barack Obama. That was, and one thing I haven't heard you say, and a lot of you guys who are politically ignorant, is it's the president's job to be able to moderate both sides of the aisle of the House and Congress. Any person now, if you were to say Kamala Harris doesn't have the experience to know how to bring both sides of the aisle to be able to have some give and take. In order to get some, you're gonna have to give something on each side of the aisle. I'm yet to hear you talk about Donald Trump's ability or Kamala Harris's inability to govern both sides of the aisle based upon each state's individual dynamics or individual issues. The problems in Illinois, excuse me, are not the same as the problems in, let's say, Arizona. So a president has to have the ability to moderate both sides of the aisle to be able to say, I'm going to give you this, but you're going to have to vote for me in favor of this. I haven't heard you even explain the fact that you even understand the way each branch of government works as a cohesive unit. But you want to talk about.
all right, and that's what he does. That's what he does. That gets tiring, man. I don't. I stopped listening to him. I mean, did y'all catch that? Apparently, I'm dumb. I'm dumb for some reason. I'm dumb because I'm dumb because I didn't say what. I don't understand how government works.
Apparently so. Because you said that Obama brought in LGBT.
I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. I understand how. Have you ever heard that? You know how a bill on Capitol Hill.
I've read about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't. I guess you dumbed me out, man. I have nothing to say. I stopped listening.
I know. That's what the stupid kids in the classroom do. Their brain freezes up when there's things that are beyond their comprehension. You'll be okay. Donald Trump
Yeah.
loves his uneducated. He loves you idiots.
No, I've got this cold. I've had a bad cough the last few days.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No, I give a fuck. I give a fuck because I
I
keep
don't.
coughing. It's not a fun thing.
I don't give a fuck.
It's not a
Your
fun thing.
problem.
Get your black ass out of here. And if you don't give a fuck, if you don't give a fuck, get your black ass out of here. I had a terrible cough. I mean, he's just bringing up non sequiturs at this point. These are nuts. You don't understand how politics works. But we were talking about how the president influences. What is that? That didn't have anything to do with anything. Just a complete non sequitur. And he brings up that non sequitur and say, "Ha, see, you didn't say this. That's how you're dumb. That's why you're dumb." And it's such a bad way to argue. It's such a bad faith way of arguing. Um, and people like that are energy drainers. If you don't watch it, I mean, if you there's people like this in the real world. Okay, I mean, he's a black dude, but I mean, there's all types of people like this. You got Karens who they just want to drain energy. That's their whole point because they're not happy with what they do. Now, he's not happy. He knows he's lying about all his so-called accomplishments and all that. He knows all of that's a lie. And so he's not happy with himself. He's got to go home every day and lay up with that big fat gorilla he called a wife. And he's unhappy with that. And I hate to bring his wife into it. That's a low blow. I know. I tried to refrain from doing it earlier. I really did. I really did. But I mean, come on. If you've seen his wife, she damn near looked worse than Dynasty. At least I didn't marry Dynasty. I kept it pushing. He married his wife. Ain't too much better looking than Dynasty. Not too much. He married that, and so now he's unhappy, and he wants to fuck off everybody else's life. He wants to fuck everybody else off because his life sucks.
Gigi in the panel, man. Let Gigi in the chat. Let Gigi on the panel, man. Somebody that actually understands politics.
My dad voted them again. I don't know. What's up, Gigi?
What up, Gigi? Come on the panel, man.
Real brother says, "Whoa, can you explain to me why
You
there's
said that
so
my
much
wife was
media
fat.
Wait a minute. No, I said your wife was ugly. He said, "Whoa, can you explain to me why there is so much media focus on black men on the black male vote when collectively black people only make up 12% of the population?" Well, I think there's a focus on it because, people talk about a strong blue wall. The Democrats need this blue wall, which is pretty much a collection of voters, which they need an upwards of 90% of the black vote. They need about 60 to 70% of the Latino vote. They usually get about 70% of the Asian American vote. And then another 40 to 50% from white people. That's typically their formula for winning an election. So if they lose that 20% of the black vote, if black people go from voting for them at a 95% clip like we did under Obama to then a 70% clip, that means the Democrats lose the election. That's just enough for them to lose the election. So even though, we might only make up 12% of the population, that 12% is very significant to the Democratic voting bloc. So that's why they're talking about it. Is he trying to porn bomb? I think he might be trying to porn bomb. But I'm going to get the link out in case Gigi or anybody else wants to come up. Ben Garcia, you know, you can come up too. Not just this moron. Let's see. Join the truth panel. RG, if you're out there, you can come up. All right, let's see.
You said my wife was a big fat bitch, right? Well, this is last year. I took her on a helicopter ride for her birthday. You said my wife was a big old fat bitch. She's in 6-inch heels. It's a helicopter ride. You said I'm pouring.
I did say. So I'm not gonna let you show your wife. I'm not gonna let you dox that lady. Don't dox her. Look, man, if you married an ugly woman, you ain't gotta convince us. You ain't gotta convince us that she ain't ugly. I've seen the bitch on camera before. Now nowadays you got all kind of filters. You see Queen Maya, how Queen Maya does all the filters and shit. All right, now you got all kind of filters and AI. You can get in there and manipulate pictures. Bitches wear all kind of makeup. I've seen that bitch with no makeup. All right, on camera. I didn't have to see a picture because you were live. I saw her. Okay. J3,
Yo,
what's up, man?
what's up, man? It's Gigi.
Oh, Gigi, what's going on, man? I didn't recognize you as J3.
Yeah,
So
I'm on my phone.
I got a picture with no makeup if you want to continue to lie, but you know.
no, we don't want to.
Jealousy's a motherfucker. What up, GG, man?
What up, man?
How you been?
I've been good, man. Just
Fuck you, you're a white devil.
yeah.
I mean, you sound like you're getting over a cold. Have you been sick?
No,
No one
I'm
gives
on
a
my
fuck.
phone. I don't know. It probably sound different there. I'm just waiting.
All right, GG, let's get to the stuff, man. Let's
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
get-
Trump,
let's get
man. Let's
to
get
it,
to the
man.
let's get to the stop fuck all the bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. What do you see things? What do things stand from your perspective?
Well, I don't know, man. Fuck, I find them like my dad voted Democrat again. You know what I mean? Like, and I just it's like,
With Camilla?
yeah, dude.
What
like,
kind of spell do they got going on?
I don't know, man. That's what I mean. That's what, like I'm just like fucking amazed by it.
What was his reasoning for voting for
He
Kamala?
doesn't have a reason.
He doesn't have a reason. None of them do. When I talk to older men, they have no clue. Like you woke about her policy proposals. They have no clue.
No,
Just
it's
like
sad.
Well, no, I know about her policy
Okay.
proposals. I talked about her policy proposals. I do that all the time.
What the
I talked
tips?
about
No
how
tax on tips.
Well, what was that?
She just copied Trump's no tax on
Oh,
tips.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. She doesn't have any real economic proposals. She said on the View the other day that if she could go back, she wouldn't change anything. Or if they said what would be different between her and Joe Biden.
Yeah,
and she said
that's like a setup
there
question.
wouldn't be a difference.
She
She'd
failed
do
that one.
exactly as Joe Biden did, which means more inflation, which means more of this same bad economy that we've had for the last 4 years. She said she wouldn't do anything
It'll get
different.
worse, man. If there's war in Iran and shit like that, man, fuck, fuel prices are gonna go through the fucking roof.
Yeah, and I think they're going to bring the terrorists here, as I was saying earlier.
They did, man. They're all in Canada. They brought all the like the people from Gaza Strip. They're all in Canada right now.
Yeah, and I mean, and these people are quite angry with us. I mean, we've bankrolled Israel into genociding their people. So these people aren't too happy. They're not happy at all. And so, yeah, but he wanted to talk about the specific proposals, policy proposals. I mean, even the killing babies, the culture that we're going to have surrounding transgenderism. There's all going to be funding to research to turn kids into transgenders. All kind of research. Just that zeitgeist.
It's not research.
It's green lights and stuff like that. It's going to be horrible.
It's an attack on men, is what it is, right? It's an attack on men because men need to, be productive, and when you take that away by, flooding the country with cheap labor and immigrants, so that there's mass unemployment, and then you infantilize a whole generation of men that are now playing Pokemon and 30 years old in their parents' basements. You know what I mean? Like it's. Like no wonder you get like this truding out of males. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Hold on, because you're gonna kick me off because I make too much sense. You have that nasty cough, well, because you smoke profusely. You're in early stages of COPD.
Well, no, I vape. I don't smoke profusely. I vape a lot. No, I've got this nasty cough because I had a cold. Because this new apartment I moved in, I don't know, my body doesn't take well to new environments sometimes, and so usually when I move into a new place, I get sick within the first month, and then I
Is it like
recover. And
central air or something?
yeah, but there's an upstairs, and upstairs there's a window unit
Yeah.
because the air doesn't circulate upstairs very well. I mean, there's central heat and air up here,
You'd be
but
surprised how much like a little filter does for the air quality, like in your house,
you
man.
know, I need to. The filter light was off when I first came here. I actually do need to get a filter. That's probably a lot to do with it, man. That's
Yeah.
probably a lot to do with it.
No, it's definitely the vaping, smoking. Doesn't matter. You obstructing airways.
Don't
Gigi,
you
what do you
smoke
think about the
marijuana?
Men for
Don't you
Harris
smoke
commercial?
marijuana?
Oh,
Nigga, don't you
I think it's
smoke meth?
pathetic, man. It's obviously an act, you know. It's trying to shame men into you know, feeling a certain way about supporting women or something like that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah,
I mean, could you see as a man? Could you see yourself voting for a woman?
I
I
c-
mean, there is
I couldn't
very few
honestly.
women.
No, I mean I could actually like in a very select circumstance, depending on whether we're at peace or at war in the world. But right now, at war
True,
in the world, no.
true, very true. What? Who's a woman you could see yourself voting for?
I mean, economically, I mean, you know, Margaret Thatcher, don't like her, and I don't like her policies and stuff like that. But somebody maybe like pragmatic, like that, you know, who's not such a
Mhm.
war hawk, perhaps, or something.
Right, right.
You know,
Understandable,
Tulsi
understandable.
maybe.
I was
Tulsi
thinking Candace
Gabbard.
Owens.
So you telling me that you are for
No,
female
just I like
leadership?
the anti-war stuff. That it, like
No,
I'm
wait a minute, Gigi.
yeah.
You mean to tell me that you are okay with a female leading you?
No, I'm not. No.
So when he posed the question, what woman would you vote for? Why didn't you say that there's no woman you would vote for?
Well, I'm just trying to parse it out. If there, you know what I mean. If the situation arose in a peacetime, you know,
No,
situation,
not even in peacetime. No, no,
I don't
no.
think it's right. No,
A
I
woman should
wouldn't.
never lead
Yeah, I
ever.
don't. I agree with
Not a
that.
business, not a nation, not a household. No. Now woke, his name is woke progressive because he.
Now, I generally agree with that statement that AP made. Generally, but we have a two-party system. So if we have like a Gavin Newsom, somebody who's pro-gay, pro-abortion, pro all this nonsense, and the woman that we have on the other ticket is somebody like a Candace Owens. I like Candace Owens. I vote for Candace
Yeah, I
Owens.
like Candace.
And that's one of it. Even Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know. I think I'd probably sit that election out. I mean, I like the anti-war stuff. I do like the anti-war stuff that she says,
Yeah, I'm
but
pretty much
I
I'm
don't.
single issue anti-war. Like, you know, I just don't like our foreign policy. You know what I mean? Like, if it any nothing else matters to me really, because beyond that, like, there's you know, like, what is there? I don't like the
America
American
does not
empire.
have a two-party system, woke progressive. That is incorrect.
Okay, well, pretty much. We have a
No,
two-party
no. If
system.
that's the case, then Donald Trump wouldn't have been pleading to RFK to join him the same way the Democrats are begging Jill Stein because they're going to lose votes
I
to
mean,
either candidate.
every
They're going to
four
lose
years,
votes.
whenever we have
That's not.
every 4 years, whenever we have a general election, you know, the independent or the third parties, they don't have a shot. They're mostly spoiler candidates. Nobody votes third party and seriously
I think
thinks
that's
that
because of the
person's
way
going to
that
become
we count
president.
like the way we do it's an all or nothing thing at the ballot box. You know what I mean? They have that ranked ballot type voting. I don't like it either. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like the two party system either. But I don't think there should be
There
political
is no
parties.
two-party system, Gigi. That's why you have Green Party, Libertarian.
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean,
again,
I'm talking about conservative and liberal, basically.
Are you saying that there's no conservative Green Party members?
Mm,
we're saying they're not going to win an election.
no,
I'm saying
I guess
they're not going to win an
you know
election.
by
We
definition
don't
they're
go to the
mostly not
polls. We don't
conservative.
go to the polls and people actually vote for them and think they're going to win. We live in the two-party system where 9 times out of 10, really 10 times out of 10, because I don't think we have any independents in Congress right now, none that I can think of. Usually there's like one or two, but generally everybody in Congress is either a D or an R, a D or an R. Democrat or Republican?
Well, I think our banking system has a lot to do with the way our political system, has evolved. You know what I mean? To this, it needs to have growth. You know what I mean? Without growth, there's no profit. You know what I mean? Like that's why inflation, everything like that, has to exist. Is our system has to grow. Without growing, that's when we get our recessions and our depressions. And no politician wants that. The banks don't want that. Nobody wants to lose money. But it's part of the
the Federalists said the same thing. The Whigs said the same thing, and just like how the Democratic Party is going to be, they no longer exist. Parties come, parties go. That is the way the political structure is set up.
Well,
you have to have a party.
Excuse me.
That's why you had the Black Panther Party. They were
the Federalists, basically, if I'm not mistaken, shifted into what we now know as I don't know if they became the Democrats or the Republicans, but the Federalist Party did shift into being one of the two parties we have today. The Whig Party also did the same thing. During
the Whigs became the Roosevelt
administration, I think they had the Bull Moose Party or something like that. Usually, if a party gets big like that, a third party, they just turn into the Republicans or the Democrats,
right?
Which is what happens with
you've got liberalism and conservatism. You know what I mean? Like basically, that's the two parties. Even though you have multiple groups vying for power,
right, absolutely. And so, ultimately, at the end of the day, I wonder about these Kamala Harris voters too.
I don't know, man. It's depressing. It's demoralizing to me. Like.
Well, when you think about somebody like your dad, is he just an anti-Trump guy? I mean, what state?
Yeah, he's definitely anti-Trump. Definitely anti-Trump.
What state is he in?
Well, Massachusetts. You know what I mean? Like East Coast,
it's not a swing state,
Massachusetts. Liberal Massachusetts people. Like
yeah,
my whole family stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand what it is with people like that. I mean, I guess in Massachusetts they're not getting too much of the immigration. So that he's not.
Well, he doesn't even live there. He lives in Canada. You know what I mean? Like he lives in Canada. Like so he gets all his news from Canada News and stuff like that too. So
wait, how does he vote if he lives in Canada?
He mails in his ballot.
Is that legal, or does he have dual citizenship?
Well, no, he's an American. He's not Canadian at all.
Oh, okay.
He's like a landed immigrant or something like that is his status here.
Yeah, but I think ultimately, that's kind of some weak shit. I mean, I can understand it's still wrong, but I can at least understand a woman, especially, one of these DEI black women, voting for Kamala Harris. I can understand that. Why? Because she's offering to give you something when you haven't worked for it.
With what's going on in the world, though, with like things falling apart, and like obviously you've got to be, able to at least piece together that things were good under Trump, and then when Biden got in, you know what I mean? Like the world was safe, you know what I mean? We weren't at war, and now we're, Afghanistan, the withdrawal from Afghanistan, what a debacle, and then to set that off, this mission in Ukraine, in war with Russia, it's just insane where we're at after 4 years. Like it's like who could do a worse job of fucking things up? It's unbelievable.
Right, and that's not even to get into.
Inflation.
I'm more so on the cultural impact.
Fuck that! Everybody knows the price of everything's just insane, dude. Like they say, oh, it's a 43% inflation. Everything's 43. My fucking ass, dude. Like I'm telling you, things are like not even like quadruple as much as they were a couple of years ago. It's nuts,
right?
Man.
And that's very true. But I tend to focus more so not really on economic policy, because honestly, I don't know enough about economics to tell you what Biden did that led to inflation. All I can tell you is under Biden,
it doesn't. It's we could talk about that, but it's how it affects the average person who doesn't know anything. You know what I mean? They're spending more at the gas pump. They're spending more at the grocery store. Like that's the economics that matters.
Right, but. When especially on my channel, I tend to focus more so on what type of cultural impact are we having? Because under Biden, what did we see? We saw that all these DEI hires. The guy he chose as his nuclear energy secretary, the transgender guy that was into dressing like puppies and stealing women's clothing in the airport. I'm more
Wait,
so
was that
focused on
bald guy?
those
That
type
weird.
of
That guy was the
cultural
weirdest guy,
cues.
dude. What
I'm,
the
I'm
fuck
interested in
was
the
he?
cultural cues that we get from the top that tells the rest of the nation that this is the direction our country's going. Our country's going in a direction
Yeah, but you
of
don't think
hiring
Biden really had anything to do
transgenders
with
just
hiring any
because
of
they're
these people?
transgender into these high security positions, into these high positions, and the type of cultural impact that's going to have from them being at the top in that way. It's going to have a very negative cultural impact, telling our young
But
girls that it's
who's
okay to have
behind it,
Meg Thee
right? Like,
Stallion
who's
at the
ultimately
campaign
behind it?
rally.
Who's pushing for that? Like, who's the one behind that? Because Biden was just a puppet, right? Like, was it Obama? You know what I mean? Or who's behind Obama? Who's pushing for this as the, like,
There's probably multinational corporations or these secret society groups that are
we've got to be
behind
at war,
the
right? Like, they
Obamas
don't
and the
need.
Kamalas, and they're the ones pulling their strings. But from what we can see, from what we're told, I know when these group of people are in power, the Democrats, this is what they push. The Republicans don't push that. Now, obviously, I totally agree. There's probably somebody, in all likelihood, pulling the strings behind them. Absolutely.
But I mean, it's destabilizing, and it's a negative effect for the population and for the nation. Like what they're doing. So we've got to be at war. Like, somebody is attacking us, is what I figure with this. Like I can't see it any other way that we're completely being under attack. We don't know it yet. You know what I mean? Like, we're like the ants or whatever who bring in the enemy little mites or whatever into the ant house. And
Mm-hmm.
like, we're just walking around trying to still do our shit, you know what I mean? But meanwhile, like this invasion is happening under our feet that's about to like spring up and devour us.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna close it out. I've gotten tired.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming up. I just got this nasty cough.
No problem, dude. No,
I'm
I just
gonna
saw
get
your
rid of that
live, you
by
know
the
what I mean?
next show.
I saw your live, wanted to drop in, shit like that. Yeah. Close her out, man. Fucking, but
No, I mean,
I always enjoy you
no.
going live, man, because we don't got crazy RBR anymore. Like,
I know. And I wish I could do the 3 hours like
no, I
RBI.
know, man. I know what I try to sometimes, and it's like, wow, man. Like, and I don't even want to stream for like a week after doing something like that. Like, it's like and that's like an hour or two, like,
Right.
So yeah, no, man. The man had a fucking a passion and a stamina for it. Like, respect to RBR, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
cheers.
All right, see you, GG. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. That's absolutely gonna do it. I'm gonna get some more equipment so I can start playing videos, embedding videos within the live. I think that would help my stamina a little bit because right now I'm just talking and talking and talking and talking, and you can only talk so much, and then an idiot like AP comes up, and he's pretty good for content. He's good to laugh and joke with and make fun of. But you can only get so far. So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure something out. But thank you guys for watching, and like the video. Don't forget that, and subscribe if you're not already. All right, I will see you guys later.